Alright, welcome back everybody to the episode of City Skylines. In the last episode we were getting the port and everything done, and as you can see that's given us quite a bit of residential demand, which is to be expected as we just put a ton of jobs in there. So what I would like to do now is I think we're going to kind of build out this suburb a little bit, just a small little town over here. What I would like to do is kind of build, I think we're going to kind of bring this road out and extend it probably to this freeway here, and we're also probably going to try and get this next road going as well. What I was kind of thinking of doing is that we'll run a road and then we'll do a little bit of a Y interchange right here. It won't be anything spectacular, but it'll actually be like a full-fledged interchange, just kind of keep things moving slow or smoothly, and especially since it's on a curve and everything like that. So, or we could do something like a different, design as well for the intersection, which we might do. I haven't fully decided, which we might do because I might fit the suburb look a little bit better, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then what I was also thinking is that we will then redo or move these guys as well, because I'm not really a big fan of that. What I'm thinking is we'll move it off of one of these roads here. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to change the road textures to the American road textures, because every time I get into this game, for some reason, I have to reapply those textures. I don't know what the reason behind that is, but it's not a huge deal. I can live with that. So it's of course going to delete some sidewalks, but we're going to just kind of get this road built up for future, kind of future-proof it a little bit. So we could kind of bring this road straight, but what I'm thinking is kind of, curving it up, and then it'll actually come across the highway here, so we have a little bit more room. Now I'm hoping that'll be enough room to get an interchange in there. We could do that, and then get something like this so we can go straight across. I don't know if I want to do that though, because, well, we could just kind of delete this last little section, so we don't want to worry about that right now. But that'll kind of be how that road goes, and I'm thinking we'll kind of build a little area in here. This road is also going to extend out, but I'm not sure exactly how it's going to do it yet. We might end up making this road maybe like a narrow 2-lane, or maybe even just a 3-lane road as well, as we shouldn't have too many intersections. This one actually almost could just be like the 3-lane. We could do that because there shouldn't be too many intersections really, and I think that kind of fits. And then maybe make this one kind of be a little bit of the 5-lane variant. Okay, because we'll have one coming down here. We might have another collector road kind of coming up through here. I don't know, this just really does feel a lot more like a suburb kind of thing to me, so I think we might do that. I don't know, actually. I'm kind of torn now. These ones we might end up doing, but I think these will end up being the 5 lanes. I think it's gonna work best. Okay. Actually worked out for the better anyways, so that's good. So I'm kind of thinking that this guy will kind of do something like that, and then we can just kind of delete that last little section. So those roads will kind of do that. And then I want to kind of bring a road that comes off of about where this curve is and kind of intersect. Oh, I thought I did. Let's stick to these types of roads. We'll probably end up splitting this off into like 2 highway segments just to make this intersection a whole lot easier as we get to this side, but we'll figure that out in a minute. I just want to kind of get this area, kind of up and going, because we've kind of been focusing on a lot of other areas. We need to get a school going out here, and I just kind of want to get this area built up as well as we kind of build up the offices as well, because we need to get that area kind of sorted out, because that area is starting to be a little bit problematic just because of how things are laid out over there. Alright, so let's kind of do that, and it'll kind of come over here, and then it'll come across here like that, right? So I'm hoping that'll give enough room for us to be able to do a stack here. In fact, I almost don't feel like that's going to be enough. Okay. Let's rethink this, because I would kind of like to make it look like it wasn't completely planned out, but at the same time I don't want to create a huge headache for me either, because that's that's not fun. So, no, and it's gonna save. But yeah, I don't want to. I want to, you know, by making it too close, you know, that could definitely cause some issues. So I'm thinking maybe something like that. That definitely gives us way more room. I think it's closer to that one. Okay, that's good. So then what I'm thinking in this area is we will back this off. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to think of like how exactly I wanted to go about this, but I think I got it. So, let's come to like there so it doesn't split off that much. And let's do the same thing on the other side so it's nice and uniform. And then we can delete that, we can delete that. I wish that those kind of came to the same spot, but I think we can fix that. Oh, it's not much better. We could probably do this number if we wanted to. Ooh, like that. That might be too far back now. I think that's good. It's a, I don't know. In fact, actually, kind of like to break those back just one more. In fact, let's do that. Let's come to about here. So let's get them. That whole thing we just did was just completely unnecessary, but oh well. So let's build this guy to split off here, like so. And we'll fix the lines and stuff as we need later on. I really don't like how you use that tool to change directions, and it actually completely undermines what you have set in terms of lighting and stuff, as you can tell. Because if I go back over and I do that, then now it completely overwrote the lighting and everything like that. But oh well. Okay, so we'll do that. All right. So now, what I'm trying to figure out the best way. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a nice flowing kind of like off ramp. Not really, just like a little slip road that kind of comes off and ends up going into there, into that road. I kind of don't want to do that exactly because that actually looks really good, but we may not be able to do what I want here. I don't really want it to curve back over on itself, but we could actually make that look alright if we do something like that. Okay, so this is going to be interesting to do, needless to say. What I'm thinking is actually we could probably, I just want this to, yeah, I think that road's just going to end there, and then we're going to do another road that can break off and come into this area as needed as well. You know, just kind of, I'm trying not to create traffic problems, and I think kind of creating roads that, you know, kind of split off and don't completely, you know, run through the entire section of the area. Honestly, I don't really like how that looks. I think there's too much a gap here, but I think we can fix that. So what I'm thinking is that we can do another road that'll come off here and kind of come up through here, so we can do kind of a 3-lane road like that. I think we might do that. Let's do this and let's see how this looks. I wish that would work, but I guess not. Okay, so something like that. And something like that, maybe? I don't know, how does that look? It really doesn't look that good, so I don't know yet. And that works, but it doesn't work that well. We could do something like that, and then we could get away with doing the 3, or the only one side needing a light, and that would actually make our lives a little bit simpler. If we can get that to work for us. It's kind of hard on a curve and wants to keep snapping to everything. Let's see if we can get this to work with us here. Actually, it was, yeah, I think that'll actually work. So if we do something kind of like that, and then that guy can turn into there. I don't know if I like how that looks, though. But it actually kind of does work, so we'll probably just leave it. So it'll kind of keep traffic moving through this intersection. And it's kind of on a curve, so it'll kind of help. It'll kind of help prevent any safety issues going on. I don't really like how these approaches look, though. Am I on curve? I am. Okay. So if we did that, then that doesn't really line up with that per se. If we kind of do that maybe, and then we bring, I could have sworn I turned on snapping again. Maybe just a little bit more farther down, like that. There we go, that looks better. This wasn't really what I had in mind for this intersection, but, you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. Can we redo that a little bit better? If we cut that back like there, and then we kind of straighten it off, and then kind of do that. Yeah, that looks alright. Alright, so if we do, there we go. If we do that, and we'll have a nice slip road there, we'll have an okay slip road there. We can make that look so much better. We can make that look 10 times better than that. Alright, we'll break it off like right there. And then just kind of a nice smooth curve where it will then join back into that road. Okay, that looks a little crazy, but I think it looks good. I think it'll look good, and then we can work on getting... Oh, that doesn't look very good. But we can work on getting some nice lines, or additional lanes there, to help that out and kind of create a merge and everything like that, which will, you know, work out pretty well. This doesn't really need it that much. It really, actually, I don't like that curve right there. Let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, it kind of curves back too much. Alright, let's see if we can kind of fix that up. I would kind of like it to not do that, if we could. Oh man, it's not really working with me here. Okay. If we go into, oops, nope. And we got an error, great. Alright, hopefully that won't crash the game. So if we kind of come off of there like that, and then off of there like that, that looks way better. Okay. Okay. So then what I'm thinking is we'll then have a 3-lane road that'll kind of wander through here. And we could kind of, you know, set this up later, but I think I'm going to do it right now. Let's see, so I'm thinking is that it'll kind of come through here. And it'll kind of end at this road here. And then this will actually feed into this area as well. And then we might end up having another road, you know, come into this area as well, because we can't just get away with the one. But what I'm thinking is it'll kind of come down here, and then maybe we get another road going here. So it's probably a good thing that we made this road like we did, so it'll kind of make things, you know, flow a little bit better and whatnot. But we'll see. This guy can move down here. So what I would like to do is actually we might focus on a neighborhood in between these roads here. But I kind of like to build one kind of like along the freeway. Let's do that instead. Let's just do with what I was originally wanting to do. Now, I'm not really sure how I want to go about this yet. So what I'm thinking is we'll kind of do something like that. What I'm thinking is we'll do some like cul-de-sacs, you know, kind of like dead-end roads, kind of leading up to this road up here. Right. And I'm not sure exactly where that guy's going to go yet, but we can probably fit 2, maybe 3 of these roads. That's kind of where it wants to be. So we can make that work. So if we kind of do that that should work. And then maybe one more that kind of comes up and dead ends right here. So maybe not put housing along this side of it necessarily. Maybe not. We'll see. And then that can be kind of where that road ends. And maybe we can do like a little bit of a winding, twisting road through here. Kind of comes along the freeway. Okay. Let's see here. So we could do... Let's see here. So if we do something like... Let's try something like this. So if we do something like this, and then I want to kind of create a few roads that come, oops, up and connect into here, like kind of like that. I don't know why that big old section's missing. That's weird. Let's see if we can kind of get away with something similar over here. So kind of do that, and kind of do that. And let's bring this over and give a little bit of space on that one there. I'm not sure why I did things like that, but I guess that'll look alright. Let's just curve this road up into here, like that. And then what I'm thinking here is maybe something that kind of comes over there like that. That looks alright. And then we can do this over here. We'll have a couple wands that we'll have to watch out for. But I think that looks interesting. And this guy can actually do something kind of like that and actually fully connect down into that road, which would look good. We need to remember to put these power lines back. So hopefully I do that. But I want to create a fairly large neighborhood and kind of, you know, extend this area out pretty large. If we do something that kind of comes around, maybe down like that and just dead ends there, maybe. So we do that. That doesn't really give us too much extra. It kind of, I don't know if I like how that looks. I think that actually works out alright. We can kind of leave this a little bit of an open area, which is fine. I would kind of like to end that guy there. And, well, maybe. What I was thinking is we'll do that, and then we'll do a nice sharp curve. Kind of like that. Alright. So that connects down to there. So maybe do something like that. Maybe do a couple roads kind of like that. Maybe it's something similar to that. And we can kind of, well, actually that curve, well, yeah, I don't really like how that curve looks. Come straight and then kind of turn. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright. So far we've kind of got this kind of crazy neighborhood going on, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty legit. Alright, so we got an exit there, we got another exit there, so hopefully that won't cause too much in way of traffic jams. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, this guy could just come straight up into the neighborhood. Might as well. And this guy will just kind of, it'll just kind of end, maybe it'll end shorter than that. I don't know. So this guy comes up and then comes around. Okay. I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to build maybe a few cul-de-sacs down here, so maybe we'll do something along these lines with the road coming like this, and then we can do an area like this. Not that much room. I want to leave a little bit of space in between, but not quite that much room. So they're a little bit loose, but it's all good. And then maybe a little bit of a squeeze there, but that's, yeah, that's more than doable. That's pretty good. And we can kind of do something like this. Oh, of course you're going to do that to me. Why? Alright. Let's do that. Maybe we can kind of get away with connecting these back up. Nope. If we have to kind of redo this whole thing, we can redo this whole thing. Might as well. It's not quite as extreme of a curve as it was before, but, you know, oh well. To kind of get that to fit in there properly, sometimes that's what you have to do. Alright, so, and we're going to be saving again. Let's see here. I probably need to turn that up a little bit more. I think I turned it up already, but it seems to be a little too often for my taste anyways. Especially when it freezes up the whole game like that. Maybe we can leave that section open and do a little bit of a park there. Kind of like a neighborhood park in that area. That actually might look pretty good. What if we did that? That works pretty good. It gives us a pretty good amount of zonability. It does mess up a few of these, but I think that looks pretty good. So that'll get us a fair amount of housing going in here for sure. That's pretty crazy, but we'll definitely. I was thinking of maybe putting the elementary school down over here. Maybe we'll put the high school over here. This actually seems like a pretty good area for the high school over here. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but, you know, fairly good amount of space. That could also be for the elementary school as well, as it's going to be a little bit bigger. So I don't know yet. But I'm thinking, yeah, maybe this will become the park. You know, nice little park in this area, which will look good. And I think we'll kind of leave this area open for the moment. And then we can bring this guy down and around just everything. And bring it into here, just so everybody gets power. Hopefully these guys will too. It does come around here at one point, but I don't think... And I think that could also be a spot for a store or something as well, maybe. So let's go ahead and also build this across here, like that, just to give those guys power. Because we removed that. That was originally how it was getting over there. Alright. So, I'm not sure exactly what we'll do as a park there. Do we want to build along this roadside? Or do we want to kind of keep cars off of there? Or, houses, cars off the road. Not too sure, actually. I think it could look pretty good if we could put some businesses along there as well. Yeah, in fact, this first part, let's go and put some businesses along here. And then I think from there it's going to stay pretty closed off to building. We need to redo that. So we'll come up to about there on this side as well. So we'll get a little bit of commercial in this area for these guys. And then we can kind of zone these out. We can even use maybe even this guy. Oops, not this guy. This one. Kind of mass paint all of this here. And that's looking pretty good. So I think for the most part this is going to be a fairly big neighborhood, which is good. Because we have a fair amount of demand right now. Hopefully traffic will play nice with it being like this, but we will see. One thing I was noticing is that on this, it's not showing up right now, but I was noticing a little bit of traffic off of here. Or a lot of traffic, I should say, coming down there. I don't know what it was about. They were all coming to this this suburb here and maybe the shopping center, but that was about it. It was really weird why there's just so much traffic getting off there. I would have thought it would have been coming from the other way, you know, from people working from the city or whatever, but I don't know. It seemed to die down, but that's why there's 2 lanes there now, because I was just kind of playing around with it, trying to see if I could fix it. Alright. Let's see. We have a pretty good amount of zonability along this stretch, which is nice. Pretty gentle curves, I think, which is what helped out a lot. So you still get a couple of these, like, 1 and 2 squared deals, but not near as bad as sometimes I get. So this is going to be a fairly large area. Now, do we want to build with houses along the highway? I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm going to say yes. Because I want to kind of, I don't know, make it look like the highway came through after this area. I don't know. Maybe as we get to closer to the on-ramp, maybe not. So kind of end it there, maybe. I think that looks pretty good. Alright. Then we can zone all this, and zone all this. And get that, and that's got some force, so that's good. It's looking pretty good in this area. Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy. I was kind of worried about how this was going to look and turn out, but I think it, it's not perfect. It's definitely not, the best I've ever done, but it's definitely far from the worst. So that's always good. These are all these 2x4s, which is crazy. Guess it's just the way that curve was. It just kind of the way it built. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. All right. So those are gonna go because I don't like those look. Okay, let's get back into this guy. So we're gonna not really build too much on that side because that's gonna become like the main park of the area. And let's go ahead and do that again. All right. Those are good. Those are good. Okay. We'll have to come back and clean this area up, but it's okay for now. And come down. There we go. And just a little bit more to zone, and then we have to put in all the piping and also all the well, that's about it. And then power, and then of course we do need to get a school over here. I mean, that's just something that we need to get done for sure. We'll build along this side as well. We'll probably end up deleting a lot of these guys, or some of them anyways, when we actually start developing that side of it. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to get some homes in here, hopefully get some population growth, which is always nice. Always good to have. Take those out. That one can be filled. That one's no good. That one's no good. That one's no good. And we don't want a 1. I don't like these. I just don't like the way the houses look when they build up in those. It doesn't, especially when you have a lot of these larger squares. Like if it was mainly built out of these smaller squares, and maybe it'd be alright, but if you have a lot of these larger ones, then it really just doesn't look right at all. Alright, and we can fill that in. That one's no. It's a no-go. Okay, well, just a couple more left. I just want to kind of go through and fix, clean, and whatnot. But I think we're pretty well ready to start laying down some pipes and then get this area all set up to start moving people in, which should look pretty good. Hopefully, like I said, traffic will hold up. But we'll find out. We'll need to go through and fix up those intersections as well because of the way that road works, but we'll do that in a moment. So we'll just kind of come straight across. Let's just come straight across like that. Normally I might make them look a little bit better, but I'm not going to do that. It's just a lot of work. Of course. Okay. So that's not lining up perfectly, so if we come just a little bit over more, then it should be just fine, right? Hopefully. Yeah. Overlap just a little bit. Okay, that's too much. That's pretty good. I think that's good. Okay. We're missing that corner up there, but I really don't think there's anything developed up there. But we will go ahead and run a pipe anyways, because you know what? We're going to need it eventually. Might as well do it now. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So we'll do that. We can kind of fix these areas up, but we can also just get people moving in here as well. Are they going to have power? I think is going to be the main question, and we can connect these up as well. There we go. And this one's not connected up, so that will, like that, and then we're good. Okay. So let's see, is there a certain space? We could just start running power. Well, we don't really have any commercial demand. So we could do that. Just kind of get power over there. Anybody building in? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, of course. Okay. That actually works out pretty well because we don't have really anything going on there, so I like how when there's not really a set area for power, they just kind of build wherever. It's kind of funny. But that does pretty good, so a fair amount of people moving in already. Do we have this area district? Yes, we do, actually. I think I did that purely just to see how many people we have over here. It's actually not fully district out. And then we'll include these people with it as well, which will be nice. And then we should also get some business going in this area, which will be helpful as well. What I'm thinking for this area is we do need to time the light, but I'll probably do that off camera. But what I'm thinking is we'll do that. And we can do some lane work. So this guy I don't think will go anywhere. So this will come here. This one will go either here or here. Alright. And this one will come here. And this one will go there. Okay. So then these can be... We'll probably end up putting some turn lanes in there. Just to get everything all kind of sorted out. You gonna connect? There we go. Alright. And so we'll have this guy. And then I think we'll end up doing this. And this guy will end up going into there or straight. And the same with this guy will either go into here or here. And that should be good. We will probably end up needing to put a stoplight here and actually getting this area kind of timed up. But I'm not going to do that yet. Hopefully this won't, like I said, overload traffic or anything like that. That actually took a lot of the demand off right there, which is cool. How many people do we have over here? Wow, that's actually a pretty good amount. I didn't realize it was that much. Thanks for zooming in on that. Didn't really need to know that much more about that, but alright. What's your deal? Oh, because I have not clicked on that's police, right? I don't believe so. I haven't clicked on anything. I don't have anything over here to click on, which is great. Oh, this guy. Garbage. Okay, that's actually garbage. Okay. I was kind of going back and forth whether that was garbage or police, but looks like garbage, so it looks like garbage. There it is. Alright. Yeah, this intersection will definitely need to be figured out. But I think this will look pretty good, and we should have a fair amount of people moving in here as well, which should work. I think we'll get a little bit better demand because if we look at elementary is not that great. They have to travel probably pretty far to get to an elementary school. And high school is, yeah, again, not that great. So we can build a high school over here. Or maybe even an elementary school. But I'm thinking a high school maybe. And we could put them kind of close together, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. We could build the elementary school maybe kind of in this area. Or maybe kind of off of this road. Actually, I think maybe like off of this area here would look pretty good for the elementary school. Yeah, actually, I think that would be a... Or maybe this could be the high school over here. I don't know, I'll probably mess with it off camera in a little bit and kind of go back and forth what you know would be best to do. Because I'm really not sure, because I'm kind of torn now. So I'm thinking this corner, and we can have this area as well. Yeah, I think this would be better, the high school, just because it's close to the highway. So I think that just kind of, in general, makes more sense. You know, you don't really want, you know, elementary school kids being next to a major road. Like, it's gonna be bad enough that they'll be on this corner here, but at least it's not too bad. All right, let's just see if there's any major traffic in this area. No one's really woke up yet for work, I don't think. Are they just going straight through? It looks like they are. Okay, let's go to lane changer, and that'll be going that way or that way, like that. There, yeah. So hopefully they won't come straight through there. I don't understand why they do that, but it's apparently the faster route, even though it has a traffic light. So I don't know. But we've already got traffic coming up this road, and they're driving up the middle like usual. Are they gonna turn here? Yeah, actually they turn there. And yep, okay. That's surprising. What's your problem? Not enough water. Okay. We'll probably need to put down a few more of these guys. Let's put down, yeah, well, water, or sewage isn't too bad, but water is. So we may have to work on that one. If we go into here and connect all these up, then we should be better off. Hopefully it'll get rid of some of the water demands here. Perfect. Alright. And it's becoming a nice sunrise, so everybody should be getting ready to go to work. So, okay, what is your problem? Not enough electricity. What? I could have swore I just put down some new power stations, but maybe I didn't. I think we need to switch to either nuclear or something else. What's your deal? Not enough fuel. Okay. I'm thinking of just plopping down a nuclear plant. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. Just to kind of get over this need that we have right now. And we can take out some of those that we don't need. I could have swore I just turned that off. Jeez. Alright. There we go. And we want to make sure that there's water coming up here. Like that. We'll fix this area up later on as we need, but right now it's not needed that much. So we could probably start switching off some of these. Maybe these newer ones that we just got. Okay, so we switched off a bunch. Do we still have enough power for everybody? Yeah, we're still good. I think we'll leave what we have left because it'll be nice. Shopping center is still a very busy place, of course. And actually the traffic coming out of the port isn't too bad, so that's good. There's a lot of traffic on this road, especially into here. And they have to eventually merge into 2 lanes, which, as you can see, kind of slows things up a little bit. But it's actually moving quite smooth. Oh, as I say that, there's a huge line of cars that come flying in. But it's actually moving. It's moving. We're going to definitely need to fix that for sure. But it's doing good. And traffic over here is doing good, which is always good to see. Definitely an interesting interchange, but I like it. I think this area turned out really well, and I'm pretty happy with... Wow, we have a lot of boat traffic, and that boat just goes right through the middle of all of that, which is great. Yeah, that puts a lot of traffic out there, but it's so far and it's got so much traveling to do that it really doesn't cause too many problems, which is good. Oh yeah, we definitely get a little bit of a traffic jam here. I don't know why those guys are just stopping like that. Probably because they need to get over to get off here, right? We'll have to figure that one out too. So I know we didn't do too much in this episode, but we are growing the city out again, which is nice. We're at about 35 going on 40,000 people, which is great. And definitely looks good, so I'm definitely happy with how this is turning out. And even though these guys are right next to the highway, they should be fairly happy with what they got. So as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely check out all the other videos I do on this channel. And as always, thanks for watching.